Hey everyone, Michael with Quiet Lawn here. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a probably controversial video. It's something I've been meaning to address, several times over the last year or two. But I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk about, and I'm sure it'll open up a whole can of worms as far as people on both sides with their comments and things. So I'm looking forward to that discussion. But the topic is electric better for the environment? And what prompted me to make this video is that I get comments probably several times a month to the effect, hey, lithium mines are terrible for the environment, or hey, what charges your lithium battery equipment? It's coal power or whatever it is. Basically something to the effect that battery technology is bad on the environment, and I'm going to continue using my gas equipment. So I get comments to that effect several times a month. One, I don't really care what you use whatever you like. I don't have anything against gas equipment, electric equipment. On my channel, I share what we use and why we use it, and if you want to use something else, that's your choice. Good for you. I personally don't have a vendetta against gas-powered equipment or whatnot. So is electric better for the environment? I want to give my personal opinion, and my personal opinion is I don't know. The problem with a lot of the studies and a lot of data that comes out is that there's just no objectivity anymore. The data is all often funded by companies that have a special interest in the outcome of that data. So, most of your data that says that lithium batteries and solar and wind and all this, supposed green energy is better for the environment is usually funded by companies that manufacture stuff in that sector. And vice versa, most of the alternative ones are funded by big oil and stuff like that. So it's really hard to get objective data on whether or not these technologies are better or are viable options for energy. It would be dishonest for us to pretend that a lithium battery did not have some kind of carbon impact on the earth during its manufacturing. The mines can be very polluted places. Those mines can pollute the surrounding environment. You can have things like slave labor in some of these types of mines, like cobalt or lithium. Some of the production in a lot of these countries to produce these batteries, a lot of that electricity, powering those factories is powered by coal and other things. There's a big problem, with advancements as far as in how to recycle or what to do with lithium and other battery materials once they're used up. So to pretend that there's no impact, with the production of these batteries or what to do with them after they're used up, that would be dishonest. Now, what I don't know is whether or not that impact is greater than the impact if you would have, used an alternative source of power like oil or gas or, natural gas or whatever. That's what remains to be seen. Also, it's true that a lot of your batteries, if you're not using solar, are being charged, in a lot of parts of the country are being charged by other power sources, coal power plants, nuclear, whatever it may be. There is definitely an impact. The big question is whether that's greater than the alternative. One thing is, I know it will continue to get better because the technology is continually improving. Battery technology is continuing to improve the capacity of the batteries, the longevity of the batteries. I'm sure there will be developments in recycling these batteries that will make it better. Solar technology is getting better. Wind, they're making taller and taller, wind power now that's able to, generate power in areas that you weren't previously able to because they're going up much higher than they were before. So I know that all that stuff will continue to improve. So my basic answer is, I don't know if electric is better for the environment. I hope so. You know, you like to think what you're doing is an improvement, but I don't know. And I'm not telling you guys, you know, I'm not espousing that. You know, my main pitch with QuietLawn and why I use electric is because it does reduce one kind of pollution, and that's noise pollution. So, you know, it's better for my employees and it's better for our customers. It's a better experience. I don't have to worry about my employees having, you know, damage to their ears from long-term use. I don't have to worry about my customers being disturbed. I don't have to worry about disturbing their neighbors. So, you know, I use electric for the other benefits. It's just a better experience overall for us and our customers. Maintenance. Maintenance is 5% of what it is for gas equipment. I don't have to worry about fooling with all these belts and pulleys and filters and oil and gas and all this stuff that we used to have to do. There's almost none of that. I don't have to worry about my equipment in the springtime not starting up or having cold starts. You know, it's just much easier to deal with as far as the user. It's simple. You know, I don't have this process of having to put the choke on, you know, try to get something started. Pretty much with electric, you either turn a switch and it goes, or you pull a trigger and it goes. It's much simpler, so it makes training employees a lot easier, and it makes us a lot less likely to have downtime, you know, with those issues that you tend to get with gas equipment. The biggest reason that we went with electric was that when I, you know, was looking at getting back into the landscaping industry, and I was deciding on the equipment, I could kind of read the writing on the wall, and I could see that, you know, with all the politics and just the advances in battery technology, that's where the industry was heading. And, you know, I wanted to be ahead of the curve. And like it or not, you know, all of us will be using electric equipment within the next 10 years. The industry is just heading that way. If you've been to industry shows like the Equip Expo, you've seen over the last 5 years just a drastic change from 5 years ago when people were laughing at electric equipment and almost none of the manufacturers were making it, to this past year, everybody, even all your big boys, everybody was investing heavily in electric technology. So, you know, the performance will continue to improve. The price will continue to come closer to gas equipment. And at some point, you know, when when all those things meet and gas equipment just gets so expensive and you have these bans in various states, which I don't agree with, but that's the reality of the situation. Eventually, it just will make sense to go to electric. But I just wanted to make that video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know this is going to open up, you know, a storm of comments, but these are my personal thoughts. I don't know. I wish I did. It's not something that I spend a ton of time researching, but, you know, please let me know your thoughts. And I know some of you know a lot more about this stuff than me, and I'd love to hear your input. Thanks, and have a great day.